Right, so we're on to the last part. So last week we covered one page membership, how we can set that up. So we're going to look at bundles today. So I know right at the very end of the last part of last week's workshop, we quickly went over bundles very quickly. So so obviously I'm going to slow it all down so you can sort of understand it. So I've been setting up the bundle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a bundle from scratch, and then I'm going to show you what I've done just to save a bit of time. You'll understand it because you know we can remove blocks and we can use the page builder to build all our own elements in there. So what I'll do is I will quickly show the PDF that we looked at last week so we can sort of see what's going on. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. Right, and also, you know, guys, really well done for sticking with these workshops. You do get a lot of dropouts along the way because obviously it's quite intense. So well done for that. Right, so here we go. So this is the PDF that we looked at last week, and we did the single page layout, membership style. So obviously, you know, you can create that course access page. You can remove the curriculum if you don't want to use it and just use it as one page. So this week, what we're going to do is we're actually going to use single courses, and we're going to put it into a bundle, and we're going to sort of use those course access pages of those courses, three, and we're going to link them up. So it'll almost look like a mini site, like a mini site inside. So the course access page of the bundle will be kind of like your home page. And then from there, we're going to put a menu in there, and we're going to drive people to each of the courses. So we've got intermediate, beginners, intermediate, and advanced. So we're going to link between them all. We're going to create one menu block, and we're just going to basically copy that code, and we're going to put that into all the pages so that people can jump back and forwards. And then we'll look at extra things that we can do, like we can reinstate the bundle. And we're also going to look at it, how a student would see it as well. And also a few other things to point out along the way. So we're working on multi-page layout this time, accessing multiple courses, but giving the user the feeling that they are in one membership site. So this is the one we're working with. So we're using a bundle. Bundle's got a sales page, checkout page, thank you page, and it goes through to a course access page that contains all of the courses that you have put inside the bundle. Now that is a key because inside the bundle. So if you decided, for instance, I've got the beginners, intermediate, advanced course, but I decided, and I'm going to put a fitness course in there, I can put that in there and it will update for all the users inside your membership. So it gives this real flexibility. The other thing is that on the pages, you can update them. So you can update those pages. Next time someone logs into any of those course access pages, they're going to see the updated content. So you can keep things fresh inside of it. So that is that. I know you guys have seen it last week, so we don't have to hang around on that for too long. So let's jump into the courses now. So the courses we've been working on for a little while now is the beginners, intermediate, and advanced courses, and I've left them pretty static. There are things that we need to talk about. As you can see, these are private courses, so it means that even if you put the all courses block into any of the pages, they're not going to show because they're secret. When I say private, it should be secret, really. This doesn't mean you cannot get to them, because you can through the URL. It just means that they don't show on the site in the all courses dynamic block. Okay, so they're marked as make the course secret. You'll also notice with all of these courses that I've put no pricing plan in there. Now, the reason I've done that is that you might or you might not want people to buy the courses individually. So this is the big point here. If you want to sell the courses for their own price, then by all means add a price to each course. Okay, then don't make it secret. Okay, then they can buy each of the modules. If you want to hide all of the courses, purely a membership site, and that's what we're talking about, you want to basically hide all of the courses and make it all as if they were in a membership site, then you'll want to make it secret. And I advise not to add a pricing plan to any of the courses, because what it means by not adding a pricing plan, if it's accidentally found, and I'll be extending on this, but if it is accidentally found and someone goes to that URL or it gets picked up by the search engines, they will not be able to buy it. Okay, so because they can't buy it, the only way that they can buy is through the membership. So that's the only place. Now we can go into the checkout page and we can remove the checkout dynamic block. So what you'll see, and I do this with the tutorial site with the NZ Masterclass bundle. If you try to go to any of the courses checkout page, what you're going to see is a big button saying buy this course, go take this course, and the button will click back to the course access page for the bundle. So you're forcing them in a loop. So if it's picked up by the search engines, people click on there and they go back in to that area. I'm guessing there might be some questions on this, so I'll pick them up later, but I'm not going to slow things down by talking more about it. So what we're going to get straight on with now we've looked at these are secret and there's no pricing on any of these. We're going to create the bundle. So I'm going to go into bundle. You might not have any bundles in here. I've got this one that I'm going to show you later. So I'm going to start off a new bundle here, and then we'll be jumping in that one later once you understand. So I'm going to jump in, create a new bundle. So the bundle is the name. So you're going to be calling this something like surfing membership. Now I'm going to call it clone at the end because I'm going to be deleting it out. Now, of course, you can put a subtitle in there and you can put a summary, but for this, I'm not going to. Now, if you've got any automation or drip of the content, that means the courses that you put into the bundle, and you want that to still be active, then you can leave that checked. I'm not going to. I'm going to turn it off, and I'm going to click Create Bundle. So it's created it. So like any other course, the only difference with a bundle is that we add content to it, right? So these are the courses that you would add to it. So to add a course, we can go and select the courses, and all courses that are published, this is important, if they're not published, they will not appear in this list. That's thrown a few people out before where they've gone, I can't see it in my list. It's basically because it's not published. So we've got it published, so I can add that one, and I can click Add Course, and you're going to see it appear down there. And let's do the intermediate one as well. Now, if I haven't got the advanced level surfing one completed yet, then I probably wouldn't add it. So I'd finish it off and then I can add it later. So let's add it anyway and click Add. So there we got our 3 courses. This is going to be part of the bundle. So now, because we are in the membership, we're going to set a pricing for this. So I'm skipping pages for a second. I'm also skipping the bundle details that we've semi-filled out. So I'm going to jump into pricing, and we're going to add a pricing plan for this. So I'm going to say most memberships are on subscription. So I'm going to keep this really low cost, and I'm going to do it £5 a month. So you can see it's 5 GBP. I'm not going to set an additional fee. I'm going to charge monthly, and I'm going to name this membership monthly plan. Okay, something like that. Button, so I'd probably put something like subscribe. Okay, not going to set trial days, but you could if you wanted to. You could set like maybe free 3 days trial or 30 days trial. It's up to you. It depends how much content you've got in the site. If you've only got a little bit of content, don't do it for 30 days because people will absorb it and then they won't bother. So then we got the add bullet points. You can set availability, so you can set that from a date when it's available. We can set tiers as well, but we're not going to for this. And I'm going to click finish. So this will now add that plan. There we go. Perfect. I'm not going to add any drip with this. You can drip the courses. So you could have a drip in the courses, and you could drip on the membership in the courses as well. You can also set automations up. We've covered automations in other workshops, so make sure you set all that up. and the students tell you the students that are in the course. Now I haven't got any in there, so that won't show anything. So let's jump now to the one before last, which is bundle details, where you're then might decide you want to change the URL, which you could change in there. You might want to change the name. So let's make that capital and then click update. You can also change the instructor. So if you've got another admin user and you want to use them, then you can. Okay, so why would you do that? Well, me as the instructor here, I'm in as Mojo Mojo. My little logo is this little M. I probably wouldn't want my little graphic to come up with M, so I probably want to change it to my Surf Dude member and then cancel that one out. And then the profile of the Surf Dudes admin, you can set the profile picture in there, and the profile picture I've picked is my Surf Dudes logo. So that's why I've changed that over. So guys, if you need to change users for the instructor of the course, you can quickly change them. You could create a new one, create a new identity, and then drop him in there. So you don't have to use the root, because what you're seeing here is actually one of my sites, okay? So I'm using this site, so I've got two. I've got a super admin, which is Mojo Mojo, and I've got the Surf Dudes admin, which I've replaced. So next thing to do, obviously, is to put a card up here for this. I don't know where it is, somewhere. Let's just choose that one. And let's just bring it out a little bit here. Crop and save. And now I've got my little logo in there. And now the last thing we're going to look at is pages. So probably the most important part. So guys, remember, we're coming through a membership. So we got the sales page, we got the checkout page, we've got the thank you page. Now we've done page builder stuff, so you know how to change this out. We'll just have a look at what we've got so far. So you can go in here and set up this however you like. Okay, I'm going to show you the other example in a minute so you can see how I've set it up. We've got the checkout page. Of course, you would set that up as well. So you probably remove these blocks, and if you don't want to do a 30-day money back, you could get rid of that as well. And then we've got the thank you page, which again is thank you page. And then we've got one of the most important pages, which is the course access page. So I'm going to show that course access page because that's the one we care about. And you can see you've got a little video you can put in here. You've got the instructor. See my little logo in there because the instructor is Surf Dudes that I changed earlier from Mojo Mojo. And you can see the courses that are included. So because it's set it up as a bundle, it's dropped these courses in here. Now, what I like to do with membership sites is I like to basically delete everything out and just rebuild it and access the pages through buttons. So where are these going to, these little access pages? Well, these are going to the course access page of each course. Okay, so if I click this one here, you're going to see it's going to go through to the course access page for the beginner's level. So that's all it does. So if you think about that, you could design anything you like inside here, and you could just direct them to the right areas. So that is how you set up a bundle. So I'm going to allow you to have a chat now about it. And then I'm going to basically delete this setup that I've done. And I'm going to show you this one that I've created earlier. So I'll just stop the share and I'll turn on your mics so you can ask some questions. Okay, guys, how are you doing? We got any questions? No, we're all right.
David?
Oh no, you're going to say something.
Yes, sorry. I was trying to figure out how to raise my hand. I didn't. Sorry about that. A quick question on the pricing plan. You mentioned about setting up as the subscription. Sometimes with subscriptions, there's also an option for like a one-time yearly payment. Is there a way to set that up for a membership as well?
Yeah, absolutely. You can, I'll just share my screen a second. Yeah, in any of these, if you go into the pricing plan, you can set it to whatever you like. So if I set a new plan up here, because you could have multiple pricing plans, by the way. Some people like to do one purchase, and then they also, like if it's £1,000 course, then they might want to do 4 payments of 250 or something. So you can set up multiple pricing plans. But for subscription, you can come into the subscription, click on that, click next. And under here, what you can do is click the yearly. So it's as simple as that.
Great, thank you.
Right, really easy. So you go through those options. There's lots of options in all of these things for this sort of stuff. Great. Any other questions? Danilo?
Yes, hi, David. I have several questions, but let me start with one. So you can have a course in multiple bundles, right? So if I have 3 courses, I want one bundle, course 1 and 2, and the second bundle 2 and 3. So it's overlap. Is that possible?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You could create multiple bundles, mix and match your courses about. In fact, some people, and this is a little tip for you, if you want to, you can't sell in multiple currency in one course. So if you're setting the pricing up and you do it in US dollars, for instance, you can't set another pricing plan up in like British pounds in the same course. So what some people do is they create a bundle, put their courses in there, do it in British pounds, and then they set up another bundle. They just basically clone the course. They change the pricing plan to US dollars, and that way you can take payment on both. So you could just show them, like send people there if they want to go there or there.
So you don't have to clone the courses to do that?
Yeah, you do. Well, you do, but you clone it because you want to save yourself a bundle of time. Because you will have set the whole course up anyway for British pounds. So all you're really doing is cloning that course so that you can take a different currency. Yeah. And all you've got to look after is the course access pages of the bundles. Remember that courses that are inside any of the bundles, if you update one in any of the bundles, it will update as well. John?
Just clarifying the response you gave to Danilo. When you say courses, a US dollar course or a British pounds course, you mean the bundle, right? And you've got courses inside, because the courses themselves don't have prices. No. It's the bundle prices that you're changing.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Yeah, that's why I like to use bundles, because it gives you that flexibility. If you set a price in any of the courses, then the bundle needs to be the same currency as well. So this is something I might cover later. I want to jump in and start showing you how to link up all the pages. But yeah, you have to be careful about mixing the currency up, because it will take, when it takes payment, it needs to know that it's in one currency to take the payment. It might be later on that Zenler do a way of being able to jump around, be able to change multiple currencies and just show which is which. I know they're thinking about something by doing it by zone or something, so that they can have US dollars for US, British pounds for like UK. That they're finding a way that they could actually be able to do that. So take different currencies, which would be really good. At the moment, we can't. We're just using bundles or working workarounds to do it. I mean, me, for instance, I only take one currency type, so it's really easy. But some people take like Indian rupees, US dollars, and then it can get quite tricky. John?
Just asking for the British mindset. I'm presuming like up to date, most people deal in US dollars. As a British person, if I only had US dollars, would that cause you to not buy the program or courses or?
No, not me personally.
Okay.
I just keep it. Because currency fluctuates, it's like I know my currency, so I just I make it easy for myself. Like most other platforms, I was doing US dollars, which was good when the pound was really low, but you know, you lose a lot of money. doing the conversion, you lose a lot of money. So I stayed, you know, on this platform, I just use British pounds because I know where I am then. 100 pounds is 100 pounds to me. And it's not going to go down to 90 pounds or something if I have it converted. Yeah? All good? Right, we're all good. Right, I'm going to move on then. Okay, so we have a lot to do, so let's get on with it. So as you saw, I set the bundle up, really easy to do, really quick to do to add the courses. So I'm going to go in here now and absolutely delete this out, and we're going to jump into the other bundle that I've created here. So I haven't put the menu in. I'm going to show you how to do that. I just basically created the bundle. So you've got in here, Surf Dudes membership, and then I've put a little bit of a subtitle in there, put that image in there. I haven't made this secret. Remember, I haven't made the bundle secret. And I don't even think I've set pricing up for this. Yes, I have. I've put pricing in there for that. No drip, no automation, no students in there. Bundle details, we just covered. Content, you can see my courses in there. Overview of course, and pages. So let me show you what we've got for the pages, because I've styled these a little bit differently. So it's going to be easier for me to just flick through. I'm just going to close these off so it's not confusing. And we'll open the first one. So this is the sales. So here we go. So we got welcome to Surf Dudes, and then we've got beginners start here. Now these buttons, these are just blocks, and I've just put heading in there. So I just put a button, then I just clone these, and I just change the color and change that. You can see it's the same image underneath, just to give you an idea. So it tells you what you're getting with your membership. Now, all of these buttons go through to exactly the same place. If you look down here in the little corner, it says membership/buy, membership/buy, all go through to the same place. So I've got a few call to actions there. So how did I get the link to put the button in there? Really easy. Going to your course, let me go back to the beginning, go to bundles, go into the actual bundle, go to the pages, and you're sending them to the checkout page. So you're basically just copying this URL, okay? And then you're putting that in there as the button. So let's have a look at the checkout page now. So they will have clicked through here, and they would have gone straight into the checkout page where they can then buy. So you've got that there. I just used the same kind of header from the top, put it in there so it looks nice. And from there, they'll then go to thank you page. And you'll notice my thank you page is a little bit different from the default one that you get, because I've deleted it out and I've created my own block. So inside here, I now have this. So it looks a lot cooler than the one that you get with that. And you've also got Take Me There. Now, where does Take Me There go? Now, remember, they've bought into the course. Okay, if you're trying to, well, one, you can't go to this page if you have not bought into the course. So they've bought the course, so they're logged in. Okay, they bought it, they put their details in there, they're logged in. This button takes them to the last page, which is the course access page. So if I click here, it's going to take me straight to the course access page. So you remember we looked earlier, we had the access now, and then I've got a review block down there. That's all cool. Some people might like to leave it like this, but I don't. I want to do it so that we've got a little menu going along the top that goes to each of the pages, and we put in, you know, you can use this page as like the home page. So that's what we're going to do now. So I'm going to jump into this page. I'm going to edit it. And while that's loading up, remember we're editing this course access page for the bundle. Whilst that's loading up there, I'm going to jump back across to the courses, because what I'm going to need to do is grab the URL for each of the courses when I put the blocks in. So I'm going to jump into Beginner's Guide. I'm going to jump into Pages, and I'm going to go down to this course access URL, and I'm going to copy it. Okay, so now that's loaded. This whole dynamic block I am going to get rid of. Now, like I said, guys, you might not want to leave that block in there so people can access it that way. It depends how you want to do it. You might want to leave the review block in, but I'm deleting the lot out of here just to show you that you can really take all these elements out and rebuild them. So underneath my blocks, I've actually got some custom blocks already made up here. So I've got this beginner's block. I'm going to drop that in here. And I'm going to go and just change a few things. So I'm going to come into the button here and I'm going to go start. Ooh. Something like start your journey because it's beginner's guide. And where I've got this link, which I copied from here, remember this is the beginner's course, I copied that. I'm going to put that link in there. Like that. And you can see that that URL reads beginner level. So now I'm going to save that. And we're going to just go and drop the other blocks in. So I have the intermediate. I can leave that as next step. That's fine. You might want to change this as well, get access below or something. You can put whatever you like in there. But I need to get the URL for the course access page for the intermediate course. So I'm going to jump across the courses, jump across the intermediate, go down to the pages, scroll to the bottom, copy this course access page into here. Paste that in. And the last one we got is advanced. So once again, you can guess what I'm going to do. I'm going to jump back into the pages for the advanced level course. I'm going to grab the URL and paste it in. And save. Okay, so let's preview this now. So I'm going to go to preview this page. I'm going to click down, go back into the bundle there, and let's go straight into the bundle access page. So clicking the bundle access page, we've got those 3 blocks we just set up. And as soon as someone comes in here and they decide they want to take the beginners, they're going to click here and it's going to take them through to the course access page for the beginners. But there's no way to jump back. So it would be really good to have a menu running through all of these and link them all up. So like I said before, this course here has got the curriculum into it, and it's also got the percentage that they've done. I'm actually going to wipe all these things out later. But before I do it, I'm going to set a simple menu up to link to all of these pages as well, so that people can jump around. Once they're inside there, they can get back to the bundle homepage that you saw, which was this page. And then they can also jump straight to, if they're in the intermediate, they can jump straight to the beginners. If they're in beginners, they can jump straight through to advanced. So we're going to set a simple menu up in here, and that will do the job. So let me go to the bundle to start with. Doesn't matter which page you start with, really. So I'm going to go to pages, and I'm going to go down to the course access page. I only want this in the course access pages because it doesn't make sense to put it in the sales, checkout, or thank you page, because remember, the course access page is private. So let me go and edit this page. And whilst that's loading, I'm going to take the URL of the bundle page. So I've copied that. And we're basically doing exactly the same as we just did for the courses. We're just going to grab the URL of each page. It might be, as a speed tip, it might be a good idea to have a Word document and just to paste your URL for each of the course access pages in a document. That way, when you're doing these things, you can just grab it, copy it, and paste it straight in. It will save you a lot of time than opening up the editor each time. So let's go and create a block. So I'm going to create an empty block here, and I'm going to drop a block in. I'm going to go to a row here, and I've got four. I've got the home page, which is the course access page for the bundle. I've got the intermediate, the beginners, intermediate, and advanced. So I want 4 columns here. So inside of here, what I'm going to do to make it really easy is I'm going to take a button, just going to drop a button in here. Then I'm just going to style the button up. So we'll call it home. Choose an action, go to link. I'm not going to open it in a new tab. If you do, it'll open up in a tab here, which could be a bit annoying for users because they might have multiple tabs if they jump around. So I've got that bit in there. I'm just going to come in and style this now. So I'm just going to come down here. I'm not going to give it any border, and I want the color to be black. And the padding is too much for this. So I'm actually going to take this down to 8, and the text size is too big. I'll probably drop that to 16. That's good. Okay, just click save. I'm going to drag this bit up. This is the padding for the main block. Okay, and I'm going to take this button and I'm going to clone it. And I'm going to drop it in this one. I'm going to clone it again. I'm going to drop it in this one. This is what I love about Zenler. You can just duplicate these things out. It makes it really quick. So let's go in here. And I'll change this to match the style. So I'm going to go into a greeny color. Maybe I'll just do it as one line. Okay. Let's go into that. I haven't put the link in there yet. I'm just styling these buttons up just for speed. So blue is intermediate. So I'm going to choose blue. And lastly, they're red. So okay, that looks good. So now I just need to put the links for each of the courses. So I'm going to go in here. You could actually just click on here and copy because we've already put them into here. That would save a bit of time. So I'm always one for speeding work up. So I've got the link in there already. So I'm going to go across to that, save me opening the page up. I can just grab the link that we've already got in here, copy it. And you'll notice also that I'm saving. Each time I make a change, if I'm putting a link in, I'll save it. I almost do that automatically. It just, sometimes if things do go wrong, that way you saved it up to that point. So again, I'm taking this button because it's the link for the course access page for intermediate. So I'm taking this link, copying that. I'm going to put that into intermediate. And then what we're going to have at the end is we're going to have a menu system that links to every part of the membership site. And we're going to copy this block and we're going to paste it into all of the pages. And then we've got a seamless way of jumping around each of the pages. Right, that's good. Right, I might change this. I think I'm going to change this to white on black. Right, okay, save that. All right, so now I've got a menu system that links. Now, guys, although I've created that from scratch, you know, you could go ahead and use some of the menu systems that are already in here. I think they've got some for the headers here. Don't use the dynamic one because that's obviously this, but you could use some of these ones if you wanted to. I've just built mine from scratch. That's what I tend to do with everything. I build it myself. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this block. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to call this member menu and click save. That's good. And now we're going to jump to each of the courses. So I'm going to jump to the beginner's guide. First of all, I'm going to open up this one. And we're going to take that block and we're going to dump it into this courses page. And what that will do is that will mean that then when they're jumping around, they can jump all over the place and they're not going to get out of the membership area. Of course, they've still got the top menu to jump out. If you wanted to keep them in it permanently, you could actually delete the header and put the menu at the top. That's something you could do. So I'm going to come into here, down in my custom blocks. I can take my menu, which I've got here, and I can put it in there and save it. Okay, I'm going to leave that page open. I'll do some more editing in a minute. I'm going to jump into the intermediate now and jump into the page for this. Again, down to the course access page. Sorry guys, taking a bit of time today. Right, okay, so let's go. Let's grab the block here. And finally, the advanced level. So the handy thing about saving that menu block is that if you add new courses to it, you know, you can update that menu block, resave it out, and then you'll add it into all of those pages. So this is the advanced one. And you'll notice with this as well, I've left the curriculum in for this intermediate one. So like I was saying to you, you might well want to get rid of the curriculum. So I've just deleted it out. And you can add it back in later because the curriculum is under the blocks. So I'm actually going to do the same for this. And in fact, I'll leave that in. Okay, so let's take this, delete it out. Okay. All right, so there's very little content in this advanced level surfing. There's very little content in intermediate, and there's a little bit more content in this page. So, you know, get your head around that you can put any content into these pages. You know, this is showing you, this is like just showing you the holding page for it, but it's up to you what content you want to put in there. And like I said in the last lesson, that if you want to delete out the curriculum like I have, you could also put that in later. So if you're building the curriculum for beginner's guide, or you want to maybe have an archive of older videos and things like that, you could actually put that into the curriculum and then you could release it. So it would just appear at the bottom and then they would be using the course player to go through it. But we're not doing that. So now we've put all those in there. let's test it out. So let's go in and test how it's going to work. So we're going to go into bundles. We're going to go into here. We're going to now go to the course access page. And what you're going to find is that we have a navigation system now that is going to work. So we can click beginner's guide. It's going to take us to the beginner's level, and they can flick to intermediate if they want to jump into that area. And of course, they can jump into advanced, jump in the advanced section. They want to get back to the bundle homepage. They can click that and they're back again. You've also got these buttons that are taking them through as well from that homepage. So this has now become a mini site. Now, remember, if you want to add more courses to it, you can add more navigation along here for people to jump across to other pages. So this is the kind of idea behind this multi-page bundled membership, and it's that simple. So I'm going to open it up for questions. Okay. Oh, right. We got a few. John, I'll come to you in a minute, Linda.
Thanks, David. When you are in the home page of the bundle and you are first creating the home page navigation, are you able to copy the buttons that already exist for the 3 courses? You know, they each have a little button, right? One says beginner, one says intermediate, one says advanced or whatever. Are you able to copy those and stick them into the main navigation?
The ones that were there before when the course came up, which just said access.
If you share your screen, I mean, I can point. I can read out what the button says. So, start your journey, for instance, the start your journey button. Are you able to copy that button?
Yeah.
And put it up? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, why not? You know, you can do. Let me show you. It's yeah, it's really easy. It's just copy the button, drag it to where you want. So yeah, you didn't have to do it in those blocks. I put it in those colored blocks because it represents each of the areas, which is like the green, the blue, and the red.
Yeah, I was thinking you would have it look exactly the same, right? The buttons at the top look the same as the buttons in the in each of the courses.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when I actually work on this properly, I'm going to restyle it. That was just for speed. Yeah. So you could come in here and delete this one out if you wanted to. And then I could take this button here, duplicate it out, grab it and put it into there like that.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No problem at all. Yeah. And that makes sense, really. That's probably what I would do, John, I'd probably change the color behind it, because I'm very color orientated with things. Like, people know where they are. They see their beginners is a green section. So whenever they see green, they think beginners. And blue, obviously, intermediate and advanced is red.
I was thinking the beginners would go to beginners, the blue would go to intermediate, and then the red one goes, of course, to advanced. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, easy to do. You can just copy stuff around, move it around. You know, Page Builder, you can drag things all over the place. So you can mess it up as well.
Well, no, I was just thinking you've already got the links and stuff built in there, right? So that's why you just clone it and put it up.
Yeah, that probably would have been a better thing to do. Might have saved a bit of time. All right, good. Nice one, John. Linda?
Yes. Hi again. So you had the 4 blocks you originally started with, and if you wanted to add another block in the menu, right, in the menu, how do you add it to the same row? Can you do that?
Linda, yeah, absolutely. We can add a new block in there. So let me show you. Let me just share my screen.
Or a new element? I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, elements. If you click the row, if you click right-hand click, you can actually add a new column.
Oh.
So
I didn't know that. Okay, because I've tried that before, trying to add one in another page. And I didn't know how to do it. So okay, got it. Easy peasy. Right click, got it.
Yeah, it's easy. The only problem that you do have is there's a certain percentage. So some of the buttons don't go to the same size.
Oh.
So you might have to add a couple of rows. They're all the same size now. I don't know why it does that. I'm going to talk to Rakesh. I had a question come up about this in the week, because there should be 20%. When you move this, it does it a percentage. Do you know, it like moves it across a percentage?
Makes sense.
It would be better if it was doing it. I think it does it in 30%, 33 percentages, 33%. So I think Rakesh needs to make it 20. So they're smaller divisions, because notice how it jumps really quickly. Bang. It should be jumping to the middle, I think. So you should be able to move it, not just there, you should better move it into the middle area there at 20, and then it would give you, obviously 20 times 5 is 100%. So I'm going to talk to Rakesh about that, because that would be really handy. So at the moment, you might have to kind of work it around. I mean, if you want to, like I was saying, Linda, you don't have to use these blocks here. You could come down to one of the header menus here, and you could use that. So like this one, for instance, in here, I think I could drag that in, and that's got a kind of menu system set up in here. Yeah, so you could get rid of that, and then you could just use that. So it's really up to you. It's page builder. The most important thing to take away from this is the thinking behind it, that everything links up.
Yes, I love this. I love this menu option. Yeah, it's easier than I thought it was going to be. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's really easy. It's going to be even easier, guys, when we actually have the new pages that can go into the instead of having here, hopefully we're going to have it that we can add new pages in here. So that will be brilliant, because then I'm thinking what Rakesh is going to do, and I'm just spitballing here, is I think what he's going to do is you're going to be able to set up pages and use the page builder. And I think there's going to be like a next button down the bottom. And when you click it and go through to the next page or through the navigation, it will record the progress of the student. Because at the moment with the course player, you work through the curriculum and it records the progress. But I think the same thing could be done with pages. If they were viewing a page, then it would show a percentage completed. So that's how you could then track the progress of the student. So I need to talk to Rakesh a bit more about that, but I think that would be the way forwards. Because I know, like membership sites, that's what everybody's doing. But to have the ability to use all the curriculum and course player is beneficial as well. And of course, later on we're going to have skins that we can put onto the course player, because I know a lot of you, want to change the way it looks and all these things. So we're going to be bringing in skins that you can actually change the course player look and feel. So it should be a lot better at that stage. Lots going on, as always. So Larry, you've got a question? Oh, sorry, John. Larry's on there. He's been waiting.
Yeah. Hi, David. Well, let me ask you before I ask any question. I have 3 items that are pressing, except that they're a little off topic. So I wanted to ask, would you prefer I wait maybe until the end? Will you take off topic questions, or should I just not approach them? They might be useful to other people, but they're not really exactly related to this moment.
What is it on? Is it on memberships or?
No, not memberships. It's a few other things that are coming up for me this week, and I wanted to see if it was okay to ask, but I don't want to interrupt your flow if that's.
No, Larry, what I suggest is you just PM me.
Okay.
And we'll have a chat about it, and that way we're not we can just talk about it. I'm sure that
PM you here or in the group?
On the Facebook group. Just,
okay.
And then I'll take a look at it tomorrow. Maybe it'll be something that we can that I can actually record, and then I can share it with everybody.
Oh, thanks. That would be great. And by the way, the thing I love that I'm learning here in the memberships is that I see, for me, because I have a number of self-published books that I sell as digital products, I could use this for a grouping of the digital products, not just membership courses.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, which is fantastic. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. Thanks for this great workshop. Thanks, David.
Brilliant. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, Larry drew on a really good point there. It's not just, you don't just have to have course content. You could, in any of these course access pages, you could have digital download. So you could upload to the media library as a zip PDF, for instance, and then you could just link to that in one of the pages for digital download. So that's, yeah, it's really valid. Sorry, John.
Did you have to reboot the live just now or at 10:15?
No, all I did was it just cut me off. I just went back into the live and it said start webinar, and I just started the webinar again.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you had to do that because it looked like a couple of us got kicked out.
It's the first time that's ever happened. So that is very strange. But everyone that's registered will get a link to the replay as well. So I don't know why some people got knocked out and some people didn't. That's strange.
I'm presuming that it was set for a half hour. And so you got the extra 15 minutes, got kicked out, you can come back in again.
I
hope that's the case.
I always set it for plenty of time, but let me just check. Hold on, guys.
It was set up for 30 minutes, David. So that might have been the reason.
Was it? Oh
right.
God.
I noticed in my calendar.
Oh, sorry. So it is my fault. So that's
really good. That's really good. It's not a bug someplace else.
That doesn't happen often. Oh yeah, it's 30 minutes. Oh my God. I was expecting a quick one today.
It never happened.
Right, I've reset it. I'm sorry. So that was completely my fault. There we go.
No, David, you have a question in the chat, and I have something connected to that. So if you want to check the chat.
Yeah, let's just have a quick look. We got the same. I think I'm knocked out. I deduct from David's and it was open somewhere else. No. My question was deleted. How does a beginner membership student upgrade to the next level without me creating a coupon to discount the difference? So, yeah, that's going to be tricky because we're holding this as a membership, like for upgrades and things, you might want to do a separate course. And then if you're selling kind of upgrades or separate courses or separate modules, you're going to want to make those standalone courses. And then you're going to need to make sure that in the membership area that you have all courses showing at the bottom, because the membership area, they'll be able to jump around, but down the bottom will show their other courses that they've bought. So what we're talking about at the moment is just a membership site. We're not talking about selling individual courses. If you want to do that, you've got to be very careful. The whole way we set this up is for it to be just in the membership site. So if I was to open one of these courses up, say the beginner's course, as a standalone course, I would have to really think about how I'm doing that, because at the moment, if they bought it as a standalone course, they would go into it and then they would see the home, beginners, intermediate, advanced. They'd see the little buttons in the course access page. So I wouldn't want that if someone's buying it as a standalone. So I probably, if I was doing that, I'd probably clone the course, delete it out and have it as a standalone course. Yeah. So
if I can jump in, because I think it's just connected to what I'm thinking. You have levels in the bundles. So does that mean I can have a bundle that has level 1 is just course 1 and 2, and level 2 is course 1, 2, and 3? Is that what levels mean? Like similar to what you have within courses? And I'm assuming Double Doc is asking that question because even in the courses you had that problem. If you go from one level to another, it want to charge you for the whole thing as opposed to just the difference between level 1 and 2. I don't know if I'm making sense, but
yeah, no, you are. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, you could set up separate bundles. You could set up a bundle for beginner, intermediate level. Then you could have another, or beginners stage 1, beginners stage 2 as a bundle. You could have intermediate stage 1, stage 2, etc. as individual courses that you're selling. But this is why it's really important to plan with what you're doing. Like for this site, for example, all I'm doing is I'm selling a membership, and that's it. I'm not selling standalone units. The price is the same each month, and that's how I'm working it. If I was thinking about selling, and I might well sell things like surfboards, I might well do one-to-one sessions, but they won't be part of the membership. They'll be completely separate, so they'll never be added to it. So you've got to think exactly your business plan, how you want it to work, and it can get complicated. So you need to be quite careful about that.
Well, in your bundles, you have levels, right? And you bundle one bundle. Now I'm talking about many bundles. One bundle can have multiple levels, correct?
Well, no, but I mean, in the bundles, you could have the courses could have tiers in there. You could sell the pricing by tier, but the actual bundle itself is just a box that you're putting your courses in.
Okay.
So, but the courses themselves, like we talked about when we did all the course creation, you could set up tiers, you could set up drips. So you might want to work it in that way. I don't think you can set up. Let me just hold on a sec. Let me just.
Hey, David, this is Jennifer, Double D Doc. Can I just give you some clarity? So it's really, I've got bundles set up, different membership levels like you do for the Surf Dudes. It's a beginner, intermediate, and advanced. And each bundle has different content and different access to different services and products. And so it's just a matter of somebody coming in as a beginner level. And when they get into the beginner level, they realize instead of one study hall a month, they want one every week. So they want to upgrade to the intermediate level. Is there any way to go ahead and allow them to upgrade to intermediate without going ahead and fussing with additional coupons?
Yeah, you could use tiers. Let me just share my screen. It's it gets complicated. But I'm in the bundle. Let me just go back to the start. So I'm in the bundle. So what we've done so far in the membership is we've set up our pricing plan for all of the courses that are in there to be under this subscription. But if you go into add a new plan and you go into subscription and click next, you could go in here and set tiers. So I could set tiers for beginners. Yeah. So if I set a pricing plan up for that, £3 or something, and we just call that beginners, then that would be just access, even though it's part of the bundle and the bundle's got 3 courses in, it would just give them access to the beginners level surfing. The problem we have is we've set up all these lovely pages. So it doesn't matter if they go in there, they're going to see intermediate, advanced, and they're going to click them and they're not going to be able to get through. And there's no way at the moment in Zenler that we can actually say on the page, you don't have access to this, or it goes to a page that says you need to upgrade to the subscription to get access to beginners, intermediate, and advanced. So you so
that's what I'm kind of doing right now is I'm just going ahead and giving them a coupon for the difference so that they can upgrade to both levels, beginner and intermediate, without paying both pricing. They get to pay just the difference.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's how you could work it out. I mean, I'm just showing you like 3 courses and I'm just showing you one bundle. But you could, if you want to, you could set up, you'd have to change the way the pages look, but I've shown you how you can play around with the pages, but you could set up another bundle. You could say, right, okay, so I've got beginners surfing and then beginners level 2, do that as a bundle, intermediate 1, 2, do that as a bundle. And then on your page, on your sales or on your home page, you could put access beginners 1 and 2. And then you could then send them an email later saying, oh, do you want to upgrade to intermediate 1 and 2? And that would be another bundle. but you need to change the way, like that navigation where you can click beginners, intermediate, advanced. That's not going to work then, because they're going to be separate bundles, but that's how you would get it to work. This is why I say you need to really be clear and have a lot of clarity on what you're trying to achieve. There is a way of doing it, but you need to think about all the stuff we've learned and make it work for you. You can see how we've removed the dynamic blocks and created our own blocks. So it gives you an idea of what you can do. And like I said to you before, you might want to leave all those course blocks in there and just have access to each. Just use the system as it is and not highly modify it like we've been doing for this sort of integrated mini site, if you like.
Okay, thank you.
Is that right? Yeah, it gets complicated really quickly. Because there's a ton of different questions that could be asked, you know. So, John?
Is there any conversation about if-then logic being built into buttons?
No.
Okay, thanks.
No. I'm always looking for new ways of doing things. I can see, well, let's see what happens when we bring out the new page builder and they change the curriculum and things like that, because that could make, I'm sure Rakesh, I'm going to have a good chat with Rakesh about all these things, because maybe lots of that is being covered for later. I think the multiple pricing on a course would be good as well. So you could just drop it in there and you're not stuck with one pricing plan. So as we move forward, you know, I point these things out and you guys point this thing out as new features. So if enough people ask for stuff, then it's done. You know, it's just a matter of when developers can get to it. Because we still, recurring lives are coming soon, but they're still not out yet. So that's something that they're going to bring out hopefully next week. So I want to move forwards with this now, and I just want to show you with what we've looked at so far about the flexibility of what we've done here, because I'm on the course access page for the bundle, but like I was saying to you, like, because if you click through, we've got the content and you can add as much content as you like into these pages, but we haven't got the course curriculum. So, but we might want to use it. It's like Linda asked, what about archives for videos and things like that? That was asked last week. Oh, we can easily add that in there and it will update for the users. So if we went into the course, that's beginner level. Oops. What am I doing? Let's dump that there. Okay. Yeah, this is beginner level. So if I want to put the curriculum back in here, because I've been working on it in the background, so I've got my beginner level course there, and then I've started to build my curriculum. Nobody can see this, by the way, because it's not on the site, so they can't get through to it. So I could then go, okay, I want to add my curriculum to the page. So I could go to my course blocks and go down to courses. Am I going blind? And find the curriculum block here. And we got a nice closed one here. You got open one and a closed one. I'll choose the open one. Oops. I need to just open that page. Okay. I think my internet's a bit slow today. Right, okay. So let's add this block in, add the curriculum block. So I pretend I've been working on the curriculum in the background, adding content into this page, and I go into my courses. I'm ready to launch my curriculum or my archive. I can come down here, I can just drag it straight in. And now I have the curriculum in here. And of course, you know, if they click on this, they'll go through to the course player. So if I save that, and then we just check the site out now, go into courses, into bundles, into here. Let's go to the course access page. So let's go now to the beginners, and we will have the course access page in there. There we go. So I love it because you can just take that out, or you can add it in later. And you could also add new courses to that bundle as well. So if you created a new course in here, you could add it to the bundle. Now you will get, if you've got students in here already, you will get a pop-up saying, do you want to apply it to existing students? If you do want to apply it to existing students, then click yes. And then it will apply to all the existing students. It's exactly what we do for the NZ Masterclass bundle. Every time I add a new course in there, it says, do you want to apply it to existing students? I click yes, and then you get access to it straight away. If I click no, only new people coming into the course would get it. Okay, so that might, the problem with that is it's from an administration point of view, it's quite difficult to manage because you don't know the people that are in there or not. You'd actually have to see the people that are in the new bit that you just added. You probably have to go to your site settings down to people, and you'd need to filter out people on the new course to be able to see them. So you'd need to add a filter, and you'd need to go to here, and you'd need to go course, enrolled in course, and then you'd pick the course to see the students that are in there, and then you could export them if you wanted to, or you could email them directly. It's up to you. But from an administration point of view, it makes it quite hard to know what's going on. But you can do that. So maybe that will work with something like if you're trying to, because I was trying to think, if you were trying to upgrade people into a system, you could probably use something like Pabbly or Zapier, so that when they sign up under another course, it automatically enrolls them into the course. But that's Zapier. I don't want to get into integrations, but that's how I would do it. If I was working on an upgrade plan, I'd use Zapier to bring them across. All right, so I think that is about all I need to show you with the memberships. So have you got any questions? Linda, you got any questions? You normally got a question. John's got a question.
Did you change the time for this webinar, or are you going to be kicked out on the hour?
I've changed it. Okay. Do you think that's why I'm wrapping up? No, it's good. Guys, that is what I want to do next week, because I think, you know, we've covered quite a lot of different stuff, and there's been quite a few good questions that I'd like to get the definitive answer to. Danilo's asked a question. There's been a few of you that have asked questions that I need to just check into. So what I'm going to do with next week's live is I'm going to do the big Q&A session. So we're going to go through all the bits that we've covered. So it doesn't have to be on membership sites. It could be on course creation, or it could be on forms and funnels. But I'll try to, first thing I'm going to do is answer the questions that have been asked this session, and then we can move on to an open Q&A. The following week, I want to do the recurring lives, but I'm actually going to tie it up, because it's not going to take long to show you how to use recurring lives inside of a kind of membership scenario. So the following week, I'm going to do that. And at the same time, I'm also going to do one on blogs as well. A lot of you guys have asked, like, how do I make my blogs look better? And I'm going to show you some cool techniques that you can use inside the Zenler platform to make your blogs look amazing, with animation as well. So a lot of stuff to look forward to. So I know a few of you got your hands up. Danilo, you've got your hand up?
Oh, just a quick question. So you can have affiliates at the bundle level, right, too?
You can have
affiliates. People that sell your course and get a commission.
Yeah.
Can you have it at the bundle for bundles too, as well as?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Or with affiliates, all they need is their affiliate partner link. As long as they've got that, they're yeah, maybe that's something we should cover next week as well. A lot of people are confused with the difference between like partners, affiliates. Seems to be a bit of confusion about that. It's actually really easy, but maybe I should take you through it. Good one. Nice one. John?
If I make a suggestion for all of us who are participating, is to take one of or two of the webinars that you've done and actually spend a half a day running through it to try and exercise it. So for instance, the multi-page website or a membership site, to actually practice what you've taught us, because then the questions are going to come up.
Yeah, I know a few of you are already doing membership sites. I know Linda is. Donna, I think you are as well, aren't you? So yeah, I know a few people are already. So hopefully you're already taking note. I know it's a lot to take in, all this information, but that's why, you know, every now and again I do these open Q&As. So like John said, if you can actually work through it, remember, you don't need to make the pages live. You know, you can work with a bundle, and you could leave them, you know, obviously the courses you leave, but you don't put onto the homepage, so no one's seeing it. So you can test these things out in the background, and then if you're really worried, just unpublish the courses before you finish playing around. Just unpublish them. If you don't put a pricing into any of them, no one can buy them anyway. Okay, so I know you have to be a little bit careful, with things like search engines picking up stuff. So do make sure that you unpublish them. But if you're creating new courses and you're creating new bundles, if you're not recreating the sitemap, it's not being mapped anyway. So most of the good search engines won't pick up on it. You know, so some search engines pick up on everything. Even if you turn the SEO off, they'll still pick up on the pages. But like John said, it's definitely worth playing around with it, because that's when the questions come along. Because John, you're running a membership site, aren't you? You are actually doing this, aren't you?
Not yet. The intent is to do a membership. In fact, Play It Creation should be a membership. I'm figuring out how to add, like a football club, for instance. You got fans, players, elite, coaches, and I want to have people able to go into all the different levels. So I'm going to have to think about how I can use what you've taught us to be able to create that, you know, different tiers or whatever. So that's why I'll have to play around with it.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's worth doing a few kind of actual live case studies, you know. So John, maybe send me stuff, and I might do a case study on exactly what you want. Remember, sure, the key here is to actually write everything out, lay it out as you want it to work. If you can, if you've got a graphics program, actually do where you want people to go to. It makes it really easy to visualize then going forwards, because I know a lot of people have made mistakes by creating courses, and then they're like, oh, I should have created a bundle because it gives me so much flexibility. That is the whole point of showing you about bundles, that flexibility you have. You know, you can add courses to it. You've got access to other pages. And this is something that you haven't got with a normal course. You know, you've got a curriculum. You've got loads of media and types you can put in there, but you can't just do a lovely page using Page Builder. You've got to work in the course player and the way that works. And some people like it to be just more page orientated. I know there was a guy that was asking about like doing a Netflix style site, which we did. This is a perfect example of how you could use that. So you could have videos instead of those where it said beginners, intermediate, advanced. You could have like a video library. You could have like horror films. You could have like comedies. You could, and then you could jump between the pages. So for him, this is a kind of perfect solution if he just wants to sell a membership to look at his video content. Or if you're a photographer, you know, you might want to do that, put that in there. I mean, I'll show you what I'm doing for the tutorial site, which will be coming out imminently. I've done a few templates that I'm going to be adding to the NZ Masterclass bundle. So I'm just going to show you how that kind of works inside of here. So let me jump across. Right, I'm going to show you the NZ Masterclass bundle. So here it is here. And inside here, you can see the content is all in here, you know? So I've just added it straight in there. And that's what you see when you go into the NZ Masterclass bundle. Obviously, the pricing is free on it. And the pages are set up. with that. So you'll see that even in the course player that you can jump back to the original access page, and you can also jump to from those main pages, you can jump back to the main page so you can check out other courses. So it was designed in exactly the same way that I've been showing you. But we have a new course that's going to be coming out, and this is this templates. And I just want to show you quickly because this could work for a membership site. So if we view this page, this is what you're going to have access to pretty soon. And I've just done, this is the course access page for it. So it's like you'll see no curriculum down there, but what there is installation videos. So it shows you how to install these theme packs. So what they're for, downloading the packs, installation of the packs, and customizing the themes as well. And in here, what I've done is I've just used a little icon, and then I've got a little link there to preview the page. So you can go in and you can preview these pages. If you like the look of them, you can click here and you can download. So this is a classic way of how a membership could work for you, or how you could sell things within a membership. This is like we were talking about the digital download. This is a version of that. You know, I could have this course on its own and just sell it as a one-off, or I could do a subscription on just this page. If I was selling it as on its own, I would put it into a bundle, because later on I might want to add more pages to it. So I might want to might want to break into another course that's maybe download CSS code or hacks for your site. You know, and I could add them if they're in a bundle. But if they're on this page, I would just have to keep adding more and more stuff down here, and it would slow the site down, because you need to be very conscious about site speed. You know, the more graphics you put in, the more video you put in, the slower your site's going to go. So by using multiple pages, we can speed up the whole experience and organize it as well. So hopefully that's all clear.
Very promising. Whoa.
Yeah, it's coming out soon, John, so it's good. Manuel?
Pretty cool, David.
Should be good. Manuel's got a question.
Yes, hello. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I have several. I just tried Zenler yesterday or the day before yesterday, but I'm more or less familiar with the concepts of membership and other courses. I've set up a course on another platform. And so one concrete question about memberships is the following. How would it be fit to have a kind of a paid podcast as a kind of a membership? I mean, does Zenler accept purely audio, I mean, MP3 or that type, without letting to download? Or is it really just prepared for PDFs, hosted videos?
No, you can, inside the curriculum, well, you can add your own code. If you know the code for your particular podcast, you could actually put it into the page, a membership page. But you can also, inside the curriculum, you can load PowerPoint presentations, PDF, you can do SCORM packages and HTML packages. You can use HTML code. You can also upload audio, such as WAV files, MP4s. So you've got the ability to do all of that stuff and set assignments as well, and these sort of things.
Yes, okay. And then I guess that the videos are really hosted inside the Zenler, or do we need a separate video hosting platform?
No, again, with videos, we use Vimeo. So videos are actually, you don't see you don't see mention of the word Vimeo, but the videos are actually hosted on Vimeo, and they're held in your library. So you can just pull them straight in. You can upload them straight onto the Zenler system and you can put them in. But if you are using a different server provider, such as YouTube, you can grab the embed code and put that straight in as well. So you can use the embed code, or you can upload a video.
My question was, if we really need to have a video hosting paid apart from a Zenler account, or without having to purchase a Vimeo account, we can host the videos for the courses up to 1 gigabyte, I guess, on Zenler.
Yep, you don't need a Vimeo account. You don't need any account. The whole thing with Zenler, as people know, is we have tried to integrate lots and lots of features. So you don't need things like ClickFunnels because we've already got funnels in there. You know, we already do email automations. We do live, so you don't need a Zoom account. I haven't got a pro Zoom account. This is through Zenler, and we just try to take away all of that extra cost. So things like the amount of pages you can put on there is unlimited. You can do unlimited amount of courses. If you've got the pro plan, you can have up to 3 of these sites. If you've got the premium, you can have up to 10. So yeah, we try and take all that away from you, and we're adding things all the time. So I know there's rumors about us actually doing auto captioning as well on videos to save people from spending out money getting their videos captioned elsewhere. So that will come in as well, I'm sure, at some point. But we're always trying to take that cost away from you so that you can just pay for the Zenler platform and you get access to everything.
Okay, thank you.
That's all right. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap up now. So next week is going to be the Q&A session. Danilo, I'm going to answer your questions as well, and other questions that have come up. They'll be answered first, and then we'll run into an open QA session where we can, you know, you can ask anything really. Yeah, so that should be fun. And next week is going to be the launch of the templates that I just showed you. Also, as well as that, I'm really not sure my voice is going to hold up for this, because on Friday, I am running an 8-hour session. So from 5 o'clock in the morning, so I got 5 till 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've got 5 to 9, then I'm running another session from 1 or 2 o'clock for another 4 hours. So we're trying to capture every world time zone. I've asked Kevin and Rakesh to join me. Hopefully they will, so I can sneak off for maybe half an hour. If they don't, I will be on it for 8 hours. So it's going to be fed straight into the Facebook group. So if you guys have any questions and you see I'm available like pretty much all day on the Friday, just jump in there, ask a question. If I need to see your site or any of that sort of stuff, what I'll be doing is I'll be sending you the Zoom direct link so you can join straight in, you know, so you can actually be on screen as well. If you want to ask questions just in the chat, absolutely fine. So we're going to see how it goes. If it's quiet, I might sneak off for a little bit and I'll sneak back, and I might also be sharing some top tips and some hacks as well with the site. So if I've got no questions, I'll be doing some fun stuff anyway. So yeah, so it's going to be a big one on Friday. And then of course we've got Sunday as well. So yeah, massive sessions coming up. And yeah, it'd be good to see you on the Friday and hopefully on the Sunday. Now, I will be putting the next link for the webinar next Sunday in the replay page. So if you just go underneath the replay video and you'll see a link there, just click that and just register and you'll be the first ones in there. I always make sure you're first before I open it up onto the Facebook group. So guys, really good to see you again. And yeah, have a good rest of the weekend, yeah?
Thanks, David. Take care of yourself. Drink lots of tea and ginseng and whatever else.
Yeah, maybe beer.
Toddies are good for sore throats.
Thanks, guys.
You need rum and well, shandies or whatever. Yeah,
rum sounds best.
Yeah, rum and honey. Yeah.
Right.
See you later,
Have a good one.
Bye. Take care.